This is why it feels as though you can't stay true to what you're doing. Hey guys, I'm Kevin Castaneda, and this is Kevin's Mindset, where we talk everything investing, finance, mindset, and productivity. I hope you guys enjoy this video, and let's get straight into it. So we would all love to just think, hey, tomorrow I'm gonna drink 2 gallons of water, and then you just do that forever. However, it doesn't work like that. And today we're gonna be talking a little more about why you can't do that and why your habits aren't sticking no matter how many times you attempt them, and why you keep going and getting these blips of good, like you drank the 2 gallons, and then the next day, the next day, the next day, the next day, the next day you don't. And it comes down to this. You have motivation in the beginning, and then slowly as time passes, that excitement of doing it and that motivation slowly fades out. And as that fades out, you stop doing it because you're like, I already missed yesterday, I might as well miss today. And when it reaches the third day, you're like, you know what, I'm gonna do it again, but this time I'm gonna make up for the past 2 days. And then keep using this water example. Now you have to drink 6 gallons of water to come back and fix everything that you already messed up. And it's just a repeating cycle. So you give up, and then a month later you're like, oh, I remember that. And then you're like, let me try it again. And then it's a cycle, and you just never keep doing it. And the reason you keep doing this is because you're not excited about it, or even if you are excited about it, you're falling back into old habits. And the reason you're falling back into old habits is because they're easier, and because maybe you just don't want the work. But the thing is, if you do want to be part of the 1% or the 0.1%, you really need to put in that extra effort, and you need to build systems and processes that will allow you to hold on to those habits and to retain them for a long period of time. So we're going to talk about making habits, then we're going to talk about retaining habits, and then we're going to mix it all together into achieving your dream life, and how that ties into those habits and how those should be oriented towards achieving that great life. Okay, let's get straight into it. Okay, so the way to choose habits that you want to create is, for example, if you feel like you're overwhelmed every day and that's why you're not getting things done, then start meditating. Say, meditate for 5 minutes every day this week. So on Monday, you wake up and you're like, all right, today I'm gonna meditate. And then you keep doing that. And the way you stay accountable is by having a notebook, and in that notebook, you check it off. Let me grab my notebook right now. It's right here. This is my journal. You want to spend a decent amount of money on the notebook and the pen, as the notebook and the pen will make you stay more motivated, because it being nice and you having spent so much money on it makes you be like, I need to do this. So it's like, all right, you start with the meditating, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna meditate for 5 minutes every day this week, and you get through the whole week, check it off. And so when the first day in the morning you're like, meditate for 5 minutes, and then when you're done and when you do it, then you can check it off. And then you make sure you attempt 5 habits. A lot of people say you can't do them all at once. However, if they're bettering your life, then yes, you can do them all at once, because you'll feel the effects of how much they're bettering all at once, and that'll allow you to strive to keep going, and it'll give you more motivation, because doing the one thing, you might not see it, but doing all 5 things, like, for example, you could do start meditating 5 minutes, start drinking 1 water bottle or 2 water bottles, whatever you want to start with. Start reading 10 pages. Start working out for 15 minutes. Start dedicating 2 hours to studying. And those are your 5 habits, right? If you decide that those are your 5 habits, and you put more time into all those 5 habits, and you make it a priority to write them down and check them off, then those 5 habits will stick. And maybe 2 of them will fall off because you realize that they're not really improving your life. But don't let them fall off just because you're too lazy to do them. If they fall off, make sure they're falling off because they're not improving your life, and they're not improving the quality of your life. And that's why they fell off. Don't just drop them off, okay? Now we're gonna move on to step 2 in improving your productivity and your holding on to habits. Let's get straight into it. So now that we've set those habits that we want to achieve, we're going to talk about actually achieving those habits. So we know that we need to check it off, but another way, that's an important thing. You need to write it down, and you need to check it off first you need to set them, then write it down and check them off and do it every day. And as the weeks go by, you like increment everything by 1 or multiply by 2 basically. Not for everything, because like with the water, let's say you start at 1 water bottle, just to make this simpler. Then you go to 2, then you go to 3, then you go to 4, so on until you get to whatever your end goal was in the first place. And that's how you build the habit of already drinking the water. And an important part is keep the thing near you. If you're gonna meditate, make sure you have the app on your phone. Maybe set a reminder to do it. With the water, let's say you make sure the water bottle is next to you at all times. It'll cause you to drink more water, as it is difficult to drink water when the water is far away. If the water is all the way at the other end of the room, it creates more friction. I know it may seem, oh, it's so dumb. Why I could just get up and grab it as opposed to it being right next to me. It's the same thing. It's not the same thing. It creates friction. Friction is one of the worst things you can have when trying to start a new habit, as you have to stand up, walk over, grab the water bottle, drink it, put it down, and go back to what you were doing. That ruins the flow that you were maybe in, or if you were just literally laying around, you still don't want to get up and go do it. Just have it next to you, so you don't have to get up and go do it and create friction. The closer it is to you, the more use it. No matter how dumb that may feel, it's not dumb. It being right next to you makes it that much easier, and it makes it so that you don't have to have that extra step of going and grabbing it. And that's a big part of holding on to these habits, okay? So let's continue talking about retaining the habits. So you need to write them down, you need to check it off. You need to have the things close to you, and you need to make sure that it's something that you actually want to do, and even if it's not something you want to do, make sure it's something that will improve your life. So if you don't like going to the gym, but it's one of the habits you're striving for, you have to know that, hey, this is actually something that's improving my life, and that'll urge you to do it more. And think of the things that may motivate you to do that more. The thing about this isn't about motivation, because motivation, I could throw on a YouTube video right now, listen to it and get motivated, like, yeah, I'm gonna go do it. And then you're not gonna go do it, right? So this is about building discipline towards those habits. These habits are about building discipline. That's why I'm saying do 5 at the same time. Maybe you'll end up at 1, or maybe you'll end up at 5. And that'll show you how disciplined you truly are. So spend time making these habits, before you actually get on and do it. Because these habits are important, and you don't want to just do 5 dumb things because you just wanted to get it done fast right after you watch this video. No, go take some time, think, and write these out, and then that will improve your quality of life, and you'll get great habits that will improve your life over the long run. But also make sure with these habits, like drink 1 water bottle this week, make sure you have an end goal. Let's say you want 2 gallons, so I think it's like 7 water bottles per gallon or something like that. So eventually you want 14 gallons. So it'll take you 14 weeks. And make sure all the habits align at a certain amount of time. And then once you get to that point, don't give up. Keep going. Keep drinking your 2 gallons. Don't just be like, oh, I reached 2 gallons. I did it. No, you didn't do it. Now it's actually where it starts. You reached where you wanted to start, and you had to go through a whole process because you're not disciplined enough to start there, and you had to build your way up. Just kind of like The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson says, you do little things and they build up over time. And that's what you're doing right now when you're building these habits. Now let's tie this all together, having made the habits and retaining the habits all into one. All right, let's do it. So now you've made habits, you're retaining your habits, and now you're at the end game. You got your 2 gallons of water after starting at 1 water bottle. Way to go you, good job. You did a good job, but now that you're retaining this, how do you stay motivated if you're not chasing something? Because at the beginning you had 1 water bottle and you want to get to those 2 gallons. So as you're getting closer and closer, you're getting more motivated because you're almost there. And then when you get there, you're like, I did it. But that's the issue. You did it, so now what? Now you do the same thing. You set new habits, but you hold on to these by still doing the notebook thing and checking it off. And when you think, hey, you know what? I'm done. This isn't that important. I'm not gonna do it. No, you're gonna do it. Think about it and write. And as you're writing it down, you're getting ready to check it off. You're like, hey, I made it all this way, and I'm really gonna do it. I'm gonna give up now that I've went through these 14 weeks to get these 2 gallons of water. No, I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna keep going because I put in so much goddamn work to get here. So, that's the secret to making new habits, making good habits, getting rid of those bad ones, because the bad ones will just go away as you're trying to build these 5 great habits. And when you get to their peak, you continue them and build some new ones, and you keep going, so on and so forth, until you get to the place where you're happy and you're successful and you have great habits that will carry you there. Okay, guys, I really hope you guys got some value from this video and that you'll build great habits that will lead you towards your success and towards the happiness that you want in your life. And so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you do like content like this, you can feel free to subscribe, as I'm gonna be here every day making a video no matter what. And so subscribe if you enjoy these types of videos, and leave a like if you enjoyed this video in particular. And if you're interested in chatting with me, you can do so in the comment section and I will definitely respond. I will also leave the link to the notebook and the pen if you'd like. And yeah, that'll be all, guys. You can build habits. And actually, hold on, let me grab this book right here that I have here. I'll leave the link to this book. This book, The Power of Habit, trust me, it'll change the way you look at habits. I'm assuring you that right now. It'll be money well spent. It's not even an affiliate link. I don't even care about that. It's just a normal link to the book. Read that book. Trust me, it'll change your perspective on habit. And also another great book is Atomic Habits, which I'll also leave the link to in the description. Okay, guys, thank you. This was Kev's Mindset, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a good one, and stick to your habits. I'll see you.